Hello everyone, welcome to another Naked Truth. I don't know if you noticed that my chair is not here. I got a smaller chair, I got new lighting, up in that production quality, what? Those of you who know and who've been here as part of the Naked Army since the beginning of the series know that I said I'd be saving my pennies to up the production quality, and I'm doing that little by little. So let me know how it looks or if there's anything you think I need to adjust. I love and appreciate your feedback so much. Thank you guys. Also, thank you to the Naked Army members who sent in their own naked vlogs as a response to the Naked Truth on Sexual Comments with Miss Danny Rosenberg. That's Steve, Kim, Eric, Jacob, Cameron, Pat, Jenny, Will Johnson, Patrick, Nathan, Patricia, James, Lawrence, Kenny, John, Zach, Prescott, and Kristen, and Grant. So thank you guys all so much for sending in your vlogs. I actually got to forward some of them to Danny, and she loves them too, and it's just nice to bounce ideas back and forth. So, thank you. Now, for this week, I've actually been going a little bit crazy because I have so much going on, and some of you may or may not know that I joke around about my neuroses about having to be organized, and I got a couple questions on, what to do for time management and tips to stay organized. Ronaldo Coots said, hey, just a shot in the dark here, but from what I've seen on SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd, you're very list-oriented. I greatly admire your ability to organize. Do you have any recommendations in regards to apps, programs, lessons from experience, etc.? And then Michael Barbosa said, please do a Naked Truth on time management and getting things done that matter before anything else. So I thought I would share a little bit about me, because this is an area that I struggle with sometimes because I'm so list-oriented and time management-oriented that it's hard for me to relinquish control sometimes, and that holds me back. But anyway, I haven't always been an organized person. Most of my life, I was very lucky that as a kid, I was pretty clever and picked stuff up quick. So in elementary school and even junior high, I didn't really have to work that hard to get good grades. And I just, I always get A's. I'm the kid that always gets A's. And when I moved to high school, I went to a very difficult all-girls college prep school that I really wanted to go to with the ultimate goal of getting a full scholarship to college. And I went to this high school, and my very first pop quiz of freshman year in high school was on the summer reading, which I did do. I read the Once and Future King. I did, I promise. And there was a 5-question pop quiz. And I only got one of the 5 questions right, which is a 20%. And for a kid like me that is like, wait a second, I'm not good at athletics. I'm not super popular. All I have is my grades. Oh my God, I got a 20. And I freaked out, and I had a meeting with the teacher, and I said, what can I do? I did read this book. I just don't understand. How am I going to make my grade come back from this? And she was very, very sweet. And she said, well, here's a school day planner. I want you to write down what your homework is, when your quizzes are, so that you can keep track of them. And ever since then, I've written everything down. And I tutor part-time, and the kids that I tutor, I urge them to write everything down as well. I mean, just for me, if I didn't write it down, I'd lose my head if I didn't write it down, just as an example. I get very, and now I need to work on this, now I need to work on this, and how am I going to get it all done? And I get overwhelmed. So I started writing it down in that paper day planner, and that eventually moved to an e-planner, and that eventually moved to things on my phone that I can now keep on my phone, mostly in the form of calendar. And this is something that's become so necessary and such a part of my life that I associate being organized and having things planned out with control, and that makes me feel secure because that's how I am productive and successful. That's what life has taught me. So like the times that I would lose my paper day planner, I'd go off the deep end crazy. Or I almost got mugged once in Philly, and they wanted to steal my purse, and all I could think is my e-planner's in there. You cannot have this. It wasn't about the money or anything else, or, about the danger to my personal life. It was about my e-planner. And it's part of the reason, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back with Apple for me, because I was rocking an iPhone for a while, and one time I synced it up to my Windows PC, and it erased all of my calendar appointments. And I thought, don't panic, you back things up. And I took it into an Apple store, and I said, I back things up. I know there's a way to recover this, right? And they were kind of like, oh, you should probably just buy a Mac. It's, you synced it up with Windows. And at that point, I was like, no. My technology has to work with everything. I can't believe you've erased my whole life. What am I going to do? And so now my tips that I function by, so that I would share with you, are make to-do lists whenever possible. Keep a scheduled calendar, plan things out and write them down. Don't, even if it's something like, oh, I told my mom I would call her on Thursday. Put in your calendar, call mom on Thursday at a certain time with an alarm so that you remember to do that. It enables people to be able to depend on you and know that they can. I mean, especially with a lot of my friends, they're not as time management or planner-ish or organized as I am, and so they rely on me a lot of the times to do that. I mean, who books the hotels for Comic-Con? The shish. Who researches the stories when everybody else is too distracted for SourceFed? The shish. Who pulls the comments for Table Talk? Well, I used to, I don't anymore, but pulls the comments for Table Talk and makes sure that the gaming streams are on time. It was always me. And I don't mind being that person. I like being that person. Okay, so back to task. Tips and things you can do. I use Google Calendar, but you can use whatever that syncs with everything and stores on the cloud so that now we don't have to have that panic attack when we lose our calendar. I like to use either Memo or Note or whatever you have on your phone to make a to-do list. Lately, I've been using the app AnyDo because it's got a widget that I can put right there. It's not my home screen. It's one swipe to the left is my widget for AnyDo, so I can see my to-do and cross them off right there. And if you have a particularly overwhelming day, like there's so much to do in this day, I don't know how I'm going to get it done, I literally schedule out everything. Like I'll take a piece of paper or I'll take a memo or something like that, and I will write out from 9 to 9:15, get out of bed. And that allows me enough time if I want to snooze once. And then 9:15 to 9:30, brush teeth, wash face. 9:30 to 10 o'clock, pick out an outfit, get dressed. 10 to 10:20, get on the road to point A. Or 10 to 10:15, have your cup of coffee. It's always important to schedule in the free time, which is like your reward if you got it all done in the specific amount of time. And if you didn't get it all done in the specific amount of time, you don't have to panic that you're losing control because you have that 15-minute buffer. So that's just a little glimpse into how my mind works. I know I said I've been a little crazy lately, and that's why it's on my mind, and it's because literally today I'm giving a presentation for Microsoft at Social Media Week LA, which is going to be really exciting. I'm prepping a brand new cosplay for New York Comic Con, so any of you going to New York Comic Con, I will see you there. That's really exciting. I've got a bunch of stuff going on with my personal channel that you will see some more of. I'm acting in the film Penumbra, which you just saw a vlog of this past weekend. And yeah, so like I said, there's a lot of balls in the air right now, and thank goodness I can juggle. So my question to you guys is, how do you juggle your time? How do you stay organized? What tips do you have for me or for the rest of the Naked Army? Either let me know in the comments below, or you can make your own naked vlog back from the shoulders up. Only please, no nudie parts. It's not that kind of show. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this week and for sharing just a little bit of my crazy control freak ways. Now you have a little better glimpse into the mindset of the shish, for better or for worse. All right, I'll see you guys next time.